In this last unit, for Microsoft Excel assignment number 4, we're going to combine charts and some conditional formatting to bring a little bit more value to our data, to show some more information in our data, I should say. So the first step, just like always, we're going to download the file. This is Excel assignment number 4. I'm going to download EO4 Popcorn. I'm going to go ahead and open that in Microsoft Excel. And just like the previous units, we always have to start by enable editing. And I'm going to save it first before I get started so that I can save periodically throughout doing the assignment. I'm just going to call mine _Brian. Okay, so we have a pretty basic format here. So we're going to add some formatting to this spreadsheet. So the first step is we are going to click cell C7. And we're going to sort by the account type. So up here on the upper right in the editing, so in the editing group in the home tab, we're going to click on sort and filter. And we're going to sort A to Z. There we go. So it resorted everything. Now Excel is smart enough to know to sort it and include the other columns. So I'll hit Control Z here so you can see what happened here. So when I click on cell C7, you can see the first person in the list is Helen Sanchez, who is an account type of local. But when I do a sort from A to Z, it moves Lang to the top of the list because that's our first corporate customer. And then it continues with Helen Sanchez as a local account further down. Next, we're going to insert a table. Insert a tab. My apologies. All right, or a table. So we're going to click on Insert, Table. And we're going to it's going to automatically select from A6 all the way down to the bottom of our table to H106, which is fine. So we're going to click OK, and it converts it into a table, which works a little bit different than just the regular, a bunch of cells in Excel. So we have some more tools available when we do this. So on the table style, we're going to do number 3. So that's going to be, let me click on the down thing here. So we want, let's see, in the instructions, table style medium 3. So let's see where medium 3 is. There's a whole bunch of different ones here. I think it's going to be this one. There we go. It's this one right here, table style medium 3. There we go. All right, so now we have medium 3 selected. All right, next we're going to click cell G7. So we're going to go to G7. We're going to put a formula in here. So we're going to do equals, but this time in square brackets, we're going to put the column name. So in this case, to get the deposit amount, it's going to be the price per pound times, and make sure you use the brackets, times volume in pounds, and then times B3. So B3 is right here, 5%. Don't forget, because we're referencing something that we don't want it to move around, we're going to hit F4 to put the dollar signs in front of it. So make sure you hit F4 and you'll get the dollar signs in front of B3. So it's going to multiply the price per pound times volume in pounds times the deposit amount. What's nice about this is we don't have to use the cell numbers. Now we can reference it by the columns. So if we move the columns around, Excel will be smart enough to change the calculation, even if we switch those columns into different positions. And notice it automatically did the entire data set. We didn't have to drag it down. We didn't have to click to drag it to the whole table. Now we're going to figure out the amount due. So the amount due, which is H7, it's going to be another formula. It's going to be price per pound minus Oh, I'm sorry, times. Sorry, not minus. So it's going to be times volume in pounds, just like before, minus the deposit. That's it. So price per pound times volume in pounds minus deposit. And there we go. So far, so good. So now we're going to select the range from G7 to H106. So G7 all the way down to H106, so these new values that we added. Oops, my computer went a little too far. There we go. All right, so once you have those selected, we're going to go to the Home tab. And under the number format, so in the number group, we want to use the accounting format. So you're going to select accounting. All right, so now we have it in accounting format. Now we're going to go to the Design tab. So this is the Design tab for our table. And there should be in the, let's see here. So there should be a total row in the table styles option group. So here's our table styles. We're going to check total row. There we go. So we get a total. All right, and for each one of these, we can choose a different type of total. So for our, let's see here, according to the instructions, they want let's see, we want average and sum. So for the deposit, we want total. So we're going to do an average, or I'm sorry, we're going to do a sum. And for volume in pounds, we're going to do average. There we go. So now we get the average. You can see this is a little bit easier to work with than doing formulas. So it's definitely a little bit different. And we get some extra tools in here as well. All right, and we're going to go to the filter arrow in the account type column. So I'm going to scroll up to account type. And for the filter, let's see, they want us to filter by local. So we're going to unselect all and select only local. There you go. So now we only have the local accounts. And notice it changed the averages and the totals to only show the local accounts. All right, now we're going to select from H22 to H51. So let's do H22 to H51. I hold down the Shift key to select those, but you could just click and drag. So I've selected all those values. Next, we're going to go to the Quick Analysis. So that's this little button that appears in the bottom right, the Quick Analysis tool. And we are going to click the greater than. So we're going to click greater than. And we're going to type greater than 150. So we're going to put 150 in here. So that will only highlight the ones that are greater than 150. And we're going to highlight it with with green fill with dark green text. Next, we're going to use data bars for range E22 to E51. So let's do E22. So this is volume in pounds down to E51. Again, we're going to use the quick analysis. We're going to do data bars. And there we have it. So we have our data bars. And that's it. So once you get to this step, you've completed the lab. You can save it. I'm going to click on File, Save. You'll close Microsoft Excel, and you'll turn it in for Excel assignment number 4.